Black Panther: Wakanda Forever's release is upon us, and it seems that the film is already managing to do better than the MCU's previous release, Thor: Love and Thunder. The movie has many fans hyped, and because of this, it has outperformed Thor 4 in terms of advanced ticket sales. In today's video, we'll take a look at this and share some interesting details about the film's budget, so let's dive right in. Starting off, Black Panther 2 advanced ticket sales tracking ahead of Thor 4. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever seems to be doing better in terms of advanced ticket sales than Thor: Love and Thunder, which came right before it. Though, it's not too much of a surprise since it's the much-awaited sequel to Ryan Coogler's Black Panther and the last film in Phase 4. The film has to deal with the gigantic task of making a sequel that can live up to the Academy Award-nominated original, while still honoring the tragic loss of actor Chadwick Boseman. Even before the movie hit theaters, it looked like it was going to be a big hit among fans. This is because of early ticket sales, which indicated that Marvel Studios might be in for yet another huge smash. The movie had made $45 million in advanced ticket sales as of Sunday, November 6th, according to THR. This surpasses Thor: Love and Thunder, but falls a bit short of exceeding the numbers of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. THR also stated that the total advanced ticket sales by Friday could reach around $60 to $65 million. What's more, this would surpass the $55 million Black Panther made in advanced ticket sales. Later, it had a $202 million debut weekend. Up next, how does the film's box office compare to past MCU movies? The movie is likely to surpass Thor: Love and Thunder's opening weekend total of $144.2 million. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which debuted at $187.4 million in its first weekend and earned $90 million of that on just its first day, will be its strongest rival. Currently, it's 2022's largest opening weekend, and so it'll be interesting to see if Black Panther 2 will be able to beat it. If early estimates are to be trusted, it'll debut with roughly $175 million, but once the weekend begins, it may earn even more. The opening weekend of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever will be watched closely to see if it increases or decreases somewhat from the original film's record-breaking debut. All things considered, it could definitely be one of the most profitable MCU films, even if it doesn't reach the same highs as the first installment. While the film may be trailing behind Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in terms of advanced ticket sales, this doesn't take into account individuals who simply get their tickets on the spot on the opening weekend or the days that follow. And get this, the fact that November 11th falls on Veterans Day gives Black Panther: Wakanda Forever the advantage of a holiday weekend, which may result in an even larger rise in audience attendance. This will definitely help boost the movie's opening weekend figures. Moving on, could Black Panther 2 be the most successful November release of all time? An interesting thing to keep in mind is that the film might manage to become the most successful November release we've ever seen, especially if it can outperform Thor 4. Currently, The Hunger Games: Catching Fire holds the title for the most grossing November film release. It came out in 2013 and managed to make around $158.1 million. We definitely think there's a good chance that Black Panther 2 can make that much, if not more, considering the hype surrounding it. Both the MCU and the Black Panther franchises have a huge fanbase that will surely be lining up to see the movie in the cinema. Next up, positive reviews indicate it'll cross Thor: Love and Thunder. The film currently has an 85% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This rating is based on about 150 reviews, so it can move higher or slightly lower after the film's release. We've also seen that positive reviews of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever agree that the movie is a challenging and moving trip that addresses loss in several ways, each of which fits with the MCU's fantastical setting. With T'Challa now with his ancestors, the previously supporting characters from the original movie are thrust into the spotlight. Letitia Wright's performance as Shuri has received particular praise, though those of Danai Gurira as Okoye, Winston Duke as M'Baku, and Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda are also getting tons of appreciation from critics. Though it seems Tenoch Huerta steals the show when it comes to acting, as he presents an enigmatic, alluring, but also terrifying villain. Critics are also praising Namor's scenes with Shuri as some of the greatest in the MCU, and Namor's background, which merges mythology and real history with MCU fiction is also grabbing their interest in the best manner. And that's not all, Coogler keeps improving as a storyteller, and in this case, he succeeds in producing a wide range of emotions throughout the story. Moving on, Black Panther 2 budget, how much did Wakanda Forever cost to make? As the final installment in the MCU's fourth phase, it's not surprising to see that the film has a big budget. It's appropriate that the sequel to the first Black Panther completes one of the MCU's more distinctive eras because it surely altered the franchise both on and off screen. The film is positioned to be one of the year's biggest films under the direction of director and co-writer Coogler and a stellar ensemble despite the devastating loss of Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda Forever's exact budget hasn't been disclosed, but it's rumored to exceed $200 million. The enormous budget is comparable to the amount spent on the first Black Panther movie and is the general range for significant Marvel Studios productions. And get this, the mentioned cost only covers the cost of making the sequel, post-production and promotional costs aren't included, and so it's safe to say this is definitely on the more expensive side of Marvel movies. Following that, how much box office success does Black Panther 2 need given its budget? Well, the film is expected to do great at the box office. Its massive budget means that it'll likely have to exceed expectations to be profitable, with the domestic opening weekend haul of $202 million. The first Black Panther managed to achieve exactly this. As we mentioned earlier in the video, the movie is expected to make around $175 million in its opening weekend. This is actually lower than how much the first installment in the Black Panther franchise made. Up next, will Wakanda Forever make over $1 billion? As we've mentioned, Wakanda Forever is set to be the final film of MCU Phase 4. It might be able to take advantage of the buzz and cross the $1 billion box office profit mark. The original film eventually made $1.34 billion in worldwide box office revenue, shattering several records in the process. Though, if recent predictions are to be believed, the sequel will have a difficult time breaking the $1 billion barrier. The novelty of a high-budget black superhero movie and the cultural significance of the first Black Panther catapulted it to incredible heights. Large-scale follow-ups seldom top the originals. Current Fast and Furious films are one example, as are the Jurassic World, Star Wars, and other series. Social media interaction and evaluations after the first weekend are crucial if Black Panther Wakanda Forever is to outperform its predecessor. The suspense surrounding the future Black Panther's identity and the appearance of Namor and his undersea realm of Talokan will undoubtedly draw attention and may help the movie surpass the $1 billion mark. Lastly, fans are wondering if the movie would have seen a similar level of success with its original script. The discussion around Black Panther Wakanda Forever is mostly centered on how the series is continuing without its star, Chadwick Boseman, who unfortunately passed away due to colon cancer. This focus on how the franchise is moving forward without Boseman shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Due to this debate, everyone involved with the sequel has been outspoken about why they believe it's important that the series is continuing and how the new movie addresses the tragic real-life event. But it's very clear that the film sequel was something totally different before Boseman passed away, since the script had to undergo major changes. In a lengthy interview with actress Lupita Nyong'o for THR, director Ryan Coogler detailed what the first Black Panther 2 might have looked like. Naturally, the movie would have been centered on Boseman's character T'Challa if he had been the star. The director also said, quote, "The story we created before Chadwick passed away was very much entrenched in T'Challa's worldview. It was a sizable film that was also, at the same time, a character study that looked closely at his position and mental state. Because of this, fans are wondering if the film would have seen more success than the original script. Unfortunately, because of Boseman's tragic passing, we won't get to find out." That's a wrap for this video, my friends. What are your thoughts on Black Panther 2's advanced ticket sale numbers? Comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.